2023 Ford Ranger Raptor First Look. Midsize truck, full-size Aggro. Ever since the current generation Ford Ranger landed on these shores, finally, a few years back, we've been looking abroad with some envy at the Ranger Raptor offered globally with swollen fenders, big ground clearance, and a twin-turbocharged diesel engine with a stinking 369 pound-feet of torque. Anyone holding out hope for that particular Ranger Raptor, we're sorry, it's not coming, and it never will. But there's great news for you. The next one is. The 2023 Ford Ranger Raptor isn't only better than that old truck, but it's also coming to America. And wait until you get a load of its specs. For one, that 2.0-liter turbocharged i4 diesel is gone, and in its place is a 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6 worked over by Ford Performance. In Europe, the truck will belt out 284 horsepower and 362 pound-feet of twist. Impressive, sure. But hold your ponies. Australia's version makes a whopping 392 horsepower and 430 lb-ft. And that's likely the version we will get here in the States, though Ford isn't talking US specs just yet. This performance engine features an anti-lag system similar to what is fitted to the Euro market Focus Street. Power is channeled through Ford's familiar 10-speed automatic and a full-time 4-wheel drive system that features a 2-speed transfer case. The off-road hardware is impressive. Requisite front and rear diff lockers are present, and there is a full complement of selectable terrain modes, including Baja mode for high-speed desert rips. Speaking of, the chassis has been reinforced in all the expected ways to cope with the severe stresses on the suspension of, say, hitting a medium-sized rock at 60 miles per hour on the playa. That means that the suspension mounts are all beefed up, as are some parts of the frame around the bed and spare tire well. You can see all the reinforcements in the image below, and they're not dissimilar from those in the 2022 Ford Bronco Raptor, which uses a similar frame. The suspension itself consists of beefy aluminum control arms up front and a live axle with a Watts linkage out back. Ford returned to Fox to swipe 2.5-inch live valve internal bypass shock absorbers to deal with wheel oscillation punishment. Interestingly, these units are of a smaller diameter than the 3.1-inch units in the Bronco Raptor. Ford says that the Teflon-infused oil inside these revised shocks reduces friction, and performance robbing heat, by 50%. Ford also promises better on-road comfort than the previous model. A bottom-out control feature provides more damping force in the last quarter of the shock's travel, to prevent spine rearranging slaps on the bump stops. There is some serious armor under this truck. 2.3mm steel plates protect vulnerable points underneath the front of the truck and also protrude out from the bumper to give the truck a stylish underbite. The radiator, steering, engine sump, and differential are all protected. Most important, the new Ranger Raptor manages to keep the handsome, maverick-influenced look of the regular, next-gen Ranger intact while adding a serious dose of adrenaline. Remember, the current Gen Ranger wasn't initially designed for the American market. It was adapted after the fact from a global market truck. And it shows. The new Ranger is a true global product, one designed with the US in mind from the get-go. And we think the new Ranger Raptor shows that there was some serious forethought that went into ensuring it'd appeal to buyers on both sides of the pond. Buyers who have very different conceptions of what a pickup should be. The elements you'd expect are all present. Big fenders with black arch extensions, a grille with a Ford logo you could see from space, hood and fender blisters, and a rugged rear end with tucked-up twin-exit exhausts. The loop and side rails on the bed look to us to be more of a Euro market styling element, but perhaps that will come to us, too. The interior is much more modern than our Ranger, and obviously it's very similar to the global Ranger we saw last year, with the expected Raptor touches, bright code orange accents, a sporty steering wheel, and bolstered sport seats. This is a good time to mention that you're looking at the Row version, specifically the UK market version. Don't be surprised if there are minor variations in the American market truck. Head and tail lamps and bumpers are often different in different markets. But it's a very close preview of what we will get, which has been loudly confirmed to the world by Ford, an American market Ford Ranger Raptor, designed from the ground up with us in mind. That's something worth getting very excited about. We get a lot of very cool cars and trucks here in the USA, but one that we never previously saw on our shores is the Ford Ranger Raptor. We get the full-size F-150 Raptor, and now we're getting the Bronco Raptor, But if you've wanted a fast and highly off-road capable midsize truck in America, you couldn't get it from the Blue Oval. But that's changing with the 2023 Ford Ranger Raptor that debuted on Monday, which Ford CEO Jim Farley confirmed will come to the US on Twitter. The new Ranger Raptor is powered by a twin-turbocharged 3.0-liter unit that produces a very robust 392 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. It's mated with a 10-speed automatic transmission that offers individual boost profiles for each of those forward gears. The Ranger Raptor has an active exhaust system, too, with 4 profiles that are selectable through a button on the steering wheel. The modes are Quiet, Normal, Sport and Baja, and we can only assume that Baja sounds pretty rude in the best possible way. Oh, and did we mention that Ford has seen fit to include anti-lag on the Ranger Raptor to increase turbo response? It probably sounds rad too. Because the Raptor is likely to be subjected to some fairly extreme mistreatment at the hands of its enthusiast owners, Ford, having learned its lesson with the first F-150 Raptors, has spent a great deal of time reinforcing the Ranger Raptor's chassis above and beyond the regular next-gen rest of world Ranger. To handle the jumps and bumps of whatever far-flung desert the Ranger Raptor finds itself in, Ford has equipped it with 2.5-inch Fox Live valve shocks, which are filled with DuPont Teflon-infused oil and which should provide plenty of cushy damping even over terrible roads or no roads. Those shocks are bolted to a suspension system that's made mostly of aluminum to help save on weight. Features like trail control and terrain modes make an appearance as well. Inside, the next-gen Ranger features all kinds of niceties like a 12.4-inch digital dash and a 12-inch center touchscreen, the latter of which is running Ford's Sync 4A infotainment system with features like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto coming along for the ride. There is also an available Bang & Olufsen sound system.